Hello everyone and welcome back to Bandai. Prior to end figure review, I have a really cool episode for us today, and if you want more content like this, please like and subscribe. It's you guys that are helping me fuel this channel, and if you have any suggestions for future projects or model reviews, please leave those down in the comments. I do read those. So let's get into the video and take a look at what we have today, and we are going a little blast from the past, but not too far, and it's dealing with the witch from Mercury, and that's none other than Chuatury Panlunch, or commonly known as Choo-Choo by her friends. And as we can see, this is a gorgeous illustration of Choo-Choo from Witch from Mercury, and as we can tell, this is a figure rise standard, so I have built two of these already, and they're phenomenal kits, and those just happen to be of Soletta Mercury and Minori Rembrandt. I actually have those completely done, so we may take a look at what a possible final product looks like. But let's take a look at the instruction manual of Choo-Choo. And as always, I love looking at the instruction manual for these. And it is actually a really nice kind of pamphlet kind of looking. And it gives us basic stuff of a standard Bandai kit, even going with the back of the instruction manual, which this actually has some interesting features with this. And we have a lot of unique posability for her, and especially with the customization for her face, which we'll get into later in the video. But let's first start off with the front page of here. And this is where we again see where all our parts are. And as we can see, we have a good number of parts. And we also have what I was referring to earlier is water decals and stickers. So this is going to be kind of a unique thing that I've noticed with the Figure Rise series, is they do come with water slides for the eyes. We'll take a look at those as we progress through the instruction manual. So let's just quickly take a look at the first couple pages here, and we have her face assembly, which has her iconic pink poof hair, and various other pieces that allow us to make the entire head. Going with how they attach, this is actually kind of adorable. I've seen so many memes with her hair, so there could be a lot of play that you could do. And going into the body, so you can see it's fairly simple. These pages happen to be in color, so this kind of helps you out with getting a good understanding. And we also have various stickers that will help us out with adding more detail. So we'll get into more of those when we get closer to the end. This is where we start going back into the standard black and white for the basic assembly, and this just shows us the hand assembly, which interestingly enough, we have a section here that shows right and left. So we're actually starting here, and then we can just move to the side on here, and then vice versa, and this gives us our arms. Same thing with the legs. This is kind of interesting on how they actually help you out with doing the quick duplication for the models. As we can see, there's more stickers that we can put on here, which I'll probably just kind of paint those myself, and various other pieces on here. Moving on, we have her iconic jackets. So we have several options to give her her jacket, and giving her like the poof on that, and it just simply just goes over her normal uniform, so you can have it with or without the jacket. So I find that kind of interesting. Next we have her different posability, so we can take a few parts and we can actually get her iconic sitting pose on here, and it just kind of shows you how everything attaches and various other things. So we even have tools for her. Again, she is a mechanic in the series, so we have several tools. We have a crescent wrench, and we have a pair of like alligator clamps, and we have various other kind of cool gimmicks such as a cell phone and things like that. So that's the instruction manual. So let's take a look at the quality of the plastic. But first, let's get back into the box to help out with the posability and sitting of this character. As we can see, we have her in a standing position and several other ways of posing her. I just wanted to show that before we look into the actual model. Let's start off with Runner A. As we can see, there is a lot of color to this. So we have part of her jacket, which we get 2 pieces, which gives us probably a range for her sitting position to give a good texture to like the motion of the fabric. We also have 2 of her tools, her feet, and a cell phone. We also have her iconic pink cotton ball hair, and we have her other head, which comprises of 2 pieces, a front, and various other little hair flares. We also have her collar, part of her chest, side units, or her sides to be precise, which is a part of her uniform, which are a lovely jet black color. Moving on to Runner B, and as we can see, it's very, very pink. So again, her color is pink, so do not be shy when you are working with this model because it's pink. This is looking really nice. The molding is beautiful on here, and the coloration for the pink is not too bad. Unfortunately, I don't think I have any Gundam markers that are this shade of pink. So I'm going to be kind of treating this like how white would be and just kind of really sanding off those nubs. Overall, the quality on here is really nice. It has very good raised detail, and so painting some of the more finer details are going to be really nice. And so we actually have her front and back portion for her jacket. We have the other parts of her cardigan for her neck, and we also have her front and back pieces for the jacket. So this is going to give us quite a range of possible different posability for this character. Now moving on to Runner C, this is basically where we're getting the majority of her green uniform, and that comprises of a front and back for her hips, the bottom portions for her uniform, which we get quite a variety, and we also have her legs, which are in a sitting position, which comprises of a front and back, and various other pieces to help with the construction of her main uniform. Moving on to Runner D, this is where we're going to have most of all of our flesh-based parts, comprising of her arms and legs. As we can see, we have parts of her calves here, lower parts of her legs. We actually have a lovely stomach unit part for her stomach, but we're not actually going to see that, so it's kind of a shame. They could have made that any other color. And then we have parts for her neck, various arms, and we have assortment of hands, and I really do mean a assortment of hands, and they're actually made out of a nice PVC plastic, so it's really nice. It's well molded, and we notice that there are 2 blank faces. This is the part that I kind of didn't really like, that I liked with the 30-minute sister kits, is that they gave you already the facial expressions. These you physically have to put decals. But overall, it looks really nice. The coloration is beautiful, and it gives us really nice posability for this particular character for Choo-Choo. Moving on to Runner E, this is going to be comprising more of the trim for her red cardigan, for her uniform. That's a part of her jacket. and her cuffs. So this is already looking pretty nice for a good, well-rounded detail. Next up, we have Runner E. This comprises of her shoes. So we actually have the top and we don't have the bottom. We already looked at the bottom, which was a gray color. So her shoes are white on top. We have pieces to give us our articulation and the tops of her heels for the shoes portion. So overall, this is looking like a really nice color, and we have various added details that we can actually get to. Speaking of faces, this is what the default face of this model kit is. And as we can see, it's a simple facial expression compared to what we can see on the box. But fear not, they do give us a lovely decal sheet of various eyes. But overall, it's good at least that they give you at least one face, but I would have preferred them to give us like 3 different types of faces. That would have been very, very helpful. Additionally to the decals, we have a sticker sheet. This is going to be a lot of the extra things for like the emblem for their academy, cell phone footage, and various other things, and trim for the red parts for their like shoes and stuff like that. So the only one I would actually really use is the decal for the uniform for the school emblem. And last but not least, this is actually a really cool thing. And if you don't know straight off by what this is a stand. This actually comes with its own personal stand to pose your model figure. So this is really nice. Not a lot of them have this kind of, well, most of these actually have a stand that comes with them, and you can buy extra ones. But it's actually pretty cool that it is included with this particular unit, because, or figure in this case, because these are usually about $10 extra, so it might be the reason why the price tag is a little on the higher side, because they are packing so much cool stuff into this model kit. Alrighty, so this is the completed version of Chuatury Panlunch, and as we can see, it is a phenomenal kit, and this is only one of her pose abilities. So let's take a look at some of the others, such as this crouching position, which gives us a really kind of a cool kind of aspect for posability for this. And as we can see, additionally, we have a cool kind of sitting pose. I just have that stand just to keep her in place. But as you can see, she even has a sitting stance. And you can also tell that I kind of changed the items in her hands, since she has these kind of cool little wrenches, and she even has a little smartphone. So overall, this is a phenomenal kit, and so this is going to go really well with the remaining Witch from Mercury kits, which I have. Alrighty, so this is a great ensemble of the Witch from Mercury with these 4 kits that were sweeping for the Gundam Witch from Mercury series. We have Soletta, we have Inori, and now we have Chuatury, along with the Gundam Ariel here. Alrighty everyone, that's going to conclude this unboxing and build review of Chuatury Panlunch from the Figure Rise Standard Model Series. This was a phenomenal kit. This was a newer take on the video where I am actually showcasing a little bit of the build process to this. So it was a very fun build, and having it in the video fully complete definitely made it kind of better. So I may end up doing these kinds of videos again. If you like, please like and subscribe and leave comments down below. Until then, I will see you guys in the next episode.